Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mo Miller Jr., commonly known to those that know as the Almighty Sam Hill. And I present to you tonight the Sam Hill Stories. The Sam Hill Stories will be stories told by me, correcting narratives that were placed on my name by people who just fail to realize that they are cowards. Let's just, keep it plain and simple like that, right? So tonight is part 2 of the Kwame The Fraud story. Kwame The Fraud Thompson. Kwame Q. Thompson, also known as the Righteous Reverend Chicken Wing, is the head of the criminal organization called the Money Boss Players, better known, I like to say, as the Money Fraud Players, right? Him, along with Jason Boss of the Boss Legal Group, just choose to think that they can F with me. They know they can't physically F with me. It's been quite a long time, right? So they thought that I would not realize that they were using Santeria, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share some information with you, right? Kwame The Fraud, Kwame Q. Thompson, right, is not a pastor. This coward think he a gangster, right? He would want you to believe he's a civilian now. Jason Boss would want you to think that they are civilians. These are felonious people. These people have felonies on their records, and they're portraying like they're servants of the public, But if you go do your research on Kwame The Fraud, but he's known in the street as Kwame the Boss, and his crew is called the Money Boss Players, right? So if you go research a video that they have about their beads, right? They have a video about their beads and they're praising the Santeria, right? So all through the video, right? But there's one specific scene in this video, ladies and gentlemen. I've been doing my research. I was just been in here doing my thinking, doing my cleaning, just minding my business. Unfortunately, I started smoking weed again, because, these stories are very, very, they can be, they can cause anxiety. You know what I'm saying? This is a truth that I have grown to realize, that evil has engulfed my life. It has incorporated everything, everyone I thought I loved. They put that shit on me and them to try to break me. But when you go look at their video, you will see that these niggas is crazy. These niggas done lost their motherfucking mind, right? There's no question these people are straight evil. Kwame Thompson's rap crew, the Money Boss Players, like I said, have a video about their rosary beads, right? And in that video talking about Santeria, there's somebody arguing with their girl. They go outside like, yo, listen, bitch, I got to go outside. I'm tired of this shit. I don't even want to hear it. I go over here, right? He arguing with his broad. He step outside. But the segue to that, the lead up to that in the song, the rap representative of the Money Fraud Players, Petty Reefer, is saying like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, shit be crazy outside, man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga could just be, going up the block on the store. Like, nigga could just be going to Cleveland, go get a white tee. Nigga could be going to Clevie, going over to the van, get him a white tee and get smacked to Cleveland. This is what he's talking about. He's saying, yo, you could just go outside and just be minding your business and get smacked in McDonald's. Right? This is what he said. The leader. Dude arguing with his broad. Get off me, bitch. I got the stab. Right? He go on the street and get smacked. Possibly the McRogers. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, that's crazy. I said, yo, okay. I look at it again. God said, look at it again. God said, did you see what I'm showing you? The person that got smacked at McRogers, right? Unfortunately, in real life, passed away. Say this again. In the video, somebody got smacked to Cleveland. But in real life, they died the exact same way as they did in that video. Right? I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, Kwame Thompson ain't got to stand up to violence. He sure ain't got to worry about standing up to me, call the police on me about for the 4th time, right? Yo, the devil is coming to collect the money fraud players, man. There's no question about it. There's no disrespect to nobody's family, nobody that passed away. But these people have put an attack on my life for no reason, infiltrated my life, touched my child. Touch my child, yo. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, how you gonna think God not gonna tell me what's going on? So it get greater than that. To where is that? I told my man look at the video. He said, yo, that's his wife right there. You don't see it? And once I looked at the video again and got real clarity and seen, God bless, that it was a real situation with the man and his wife. And then he passed away the same way. Yo, I said, yo, may God bless that man's soul, man. But it's no question to me. It's no question that the devil is coming to collect these niggas. You know what I'm saying? That I don't know if this man is in heaven or hell that passed away. I don't know. But I know as the whole collective, that whole situation as far as what's going on with Kwame has put that shit on me. You know what I'm saying? They asked that shit to bring them my life. It's clearly obvious they asked that shit to turn everybody against me. But I'm pretty sure his Baba Lao told him like, yo, this shit ain't gonna last forever. When he finds out, you gonna see what's going on. So let me tell you what's going on. Right? This coward called police on me quite a few times, yo. This is part 2 to the Kwame The Fraud story, right? These niggas is cowards. Jason Boss is a coward. Minnesota is a coward. Not only has Kwame called police on me, Minnie has got a nigga some bucket, yeah, it's got a nigga two 30 pieces, 2 bucket family pieces of chicken. Right? Got 2 niggas, 2 30 pieces, right? Yo, listen. Minnesota had the audacity. It's crazy for real, yo. Yo, I could slap this nigga head backwards, man. Yo, he told Dave Dahl that he broke my jaw. Yo, Dave Dahl stole my music for Ralph McDaniels. The niggas did some sucker shit. Yo, we gonna talk about that in the episode coming up after this. I promise you. Right? Dave Dahl ran off with my music. All right? He told some people I was dealing with on Fred once, right? So I'm like, yeah, Dave Dahl, you a sucker. Yo, you know what you had, blah, 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 nigga. I'm on music. He said some other fly shit. I said something. He said, yeah, but yeah, that's why Minnie broke your jaw. He said, that's why Minnie told me he broke your jaw, nigga. I said, Minnie broke my jaw. Yo, I said, that nigga's a coward. The fuck? I said, yeah, I know he told you that. I said, yeah, he said that. Continue. Yeah, you a sucker. That's what he said? So what you gonna do about that, Dave Dahl? Yo, listen. Yo, the Dave Dahl segment coming up in the Ralph McDaniels story, you have to wait for that. you gonna need some roll up for that. You gonna get your Tyson roll up, get your Tyson cones and your bags of tree fuckers. That's gonna be crazy, right? Yo, I called Minnie. I said, yo, Minnie, yo, what's up, yo? Hey, yo, who this? I said, yo, this Sid Hill, man. I said, yo, this Sid Hill, man. I said, hey, yo, Minnesota, man. I said, yo, how this nigga Dave Dahl talk about you seeing? I said, yo, you told Dave Dahl you broke my jaw? Now, mind you, Minnesota had a brain discontinuance. I think his brain cut off or something. He like had some type of aneurysm or something. Like he had like a brain aneurysm or something like that, right? Nigga had an aneurysm or something, right? So I said, yo, Minnie, this nigga Dave Dog, that's what this nigga Dave Dog talk about you telling nigga, you told a nigga you broke my jaw. I said, you told him that? He said, yo, I may have said that, I possibly have, I was going, I was like, yeah, I know all that. I said, yeah, you did say that. Fucking sucker, man, just slap your fucking head off, man. What you talking about, man? What's up, yo? You going around telling these niggas that bullshit for you? I said, y'all niggas on my dick like that? I mean, y'all niggas want to try to ruin my name like that? I said, when y'all gonna go rap about it? When y'all gonna go rap about it? Yo, you wouldn't believe how many times these niggas said, yo, Sam Hill, it could never be a battle, man. Yo, it could never be that. I'm like, why not? Y'all done tried everything else to stop the God. You know what I'm saying? You done did everything else but rap. When you gonna do that? Kwame said that could never happen. Minnesota waved the white flag numerous times. That nigga's a sucker, man. That nigga, yo, man, this shit is bad news. You know what I'm saying? He tell a nigga he broke my jaw, but then he don't want no problems. He giving niggas 230 pieces of chicken a piece. He gave a nigga 230 pieces. Hold on. A nigga gave a nigga. He think because he ain't get up on there and say it, he ain't do it. We gonna talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's a sucker. It's not no stand up to violence. Because Kwame had numerous times to say what needed to be said. It was never supposed to be said. These conversations that you're hearing, these Sam Hill stories, were never supposed to be told. And actually, they actually weren't supposed to be told because I was supposed to have been deleted these niggas years ago. Yo, may God forgive me for talking crazy. Children, please, you're not even supposed to be listening to this. You know what I'm saying? Yo, there's no way this was supposed to go on. But this is what God allowed. You know what I'm saying? So he put me under amnesia. It's no question about it. I mean, it's a joke. It's funny, yeah, but the reality is it's for real. It's really for real. I went to sleep and woke up like, yo, what I supposed to do again? I woke up like, yo, when I supposed to go do something? It's something I got to do today, right? I woke up and said, yo, I get something I got to do. I said, all right, well, fuck, I remember it. Yo, I remembered it 6 months ago. Dead ass. I mean, I always knew something, but I couldn't react certain ways that I felt I needed to, but it was something always holding me back. But it was something telling me. It was also something bad talking to me too, because I told Kwame to his face. I was like, yo, something keep telling me to delete you, man. Yo, something told me to delete you. He was like, yo, you really gonna delete me, man? Yo, something told me to delete you, yo. Yo, straight up, man, I'm gonna knock your head off. I told him that like twice. I'm like, yo, something keep talking to me, man. Yo, something telling me to smash you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always the subconscious mind of what I really wanted to do, because I knew, but I'm under amnesia. I knew these niggas had my son. I knew, yo, when I tell her story, this is gonna be told. I knew something was going on because her relative called me personally, called my phone to tell me, yo, she keep leaving this nigga with people and we don't know where she leaving him. She be here with us and he be somewhere else and we know he not with you because she said he not with you and we know he not with you. So I'm like, where the fuck is my son? This is what I'm telling you. She said, yo, come talk to me. And I'm going to save that conversation for her story. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this shit is bad news, man. This shit is sad. This shit is sad. It's really sad because I just want them to understand that you could keep calling police all day. Yo, you could call police all day, right? Yo, the police called me April 15, 2026. You know what I'm saying? 4 days later, my mother died. That day, I was with her. She wanted to see me. She was dying. She was about to go. Mona was going to kick the bucket. You know what I'm saying? Well, she did, eventually, but that day, the bitch didn't go. She just wanted to see me. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there with this bitch, and my motherfucking phone rings. And, yo, it's Morris called. It's Officer Pena. It's Officer Pena. Officer Pena said, yo, this is Officer Pena from the Morris squad. You need to come bring your ass over here and come see me. I said, fuck you talking about, nigga, come see who? He said, come see me. I said, for what? He said, because I said so. I said, yo, listen, man. I don't even live like that no more. You talking to a long time ago. What do you want from me? What precinct is this? He said, it's the 43rd. I said, oh, that's Kwame. I said, oh, yeah, I was waiting for this call. What's up? So what's going on? He said, well, you tell me. Nigga say, you tell me. What the fuck is going on, Mr. Miller? I said, well, what's the charges? He said, yo, extortion, strong arm robbery, and he said he's scared to death of you. He said, yo, he can't take it no more. He said, you just got to get the fuck up out of the world. I'm like, really, man? He's like, really, Mr. Miller? So come on in here. I said, we need the fuck out of here. He said, well, won't you tell me what's going on? He said, well, what's going on with your side of the story? He said, why don't you tell me what the fuck you said, baby? And I told him what I told y'all. These niggas kidnapped my son. And they thought I didn't know, but I knew, but didn't know because I was under amnesia. And I explained the whole shit to y'all, right? Yo, do you know what Officer Pena said? Officer Pena said, well, you know what, Mr. Miller? It seems like Kwame has a narrative, and you have a paper trail, Mr. Miller. I said, well, let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe it, nigga. I was looking at truck turner. Nigga said, you got to believe it, nigga. Yo, these niggas is not smarter than me, man. Yo, it's been 4 months and police ain't can't get me yet. I said, yo, because y'all know he lying, man. I said, yo, listen, man, well, if he's strong, if I did all that to Kwame, when y'all coming to get me? Because ain't he the pastor that stands up to violence? It wasn't about no stand up to violence about 5 years ago, right? Hold on. Fuck Minnesota and fuck Kwame and JB. 5 years ago, these niggas that stole my music, all that shit, right? These niggas is cowards. It's a nigga we grew up with that just didn't want to keep playing with me, right? We wanted to stop playing. He just wanted to keep playing with me, right? I'm like, yo, this nigga made a move, and I didn't like what he did, right? Nobody liked what he did. It was some sucker shit, but I ain't really like what he did, right? I'm like, okay, you did that, okay, so you know something's gonna happen after that, right? Okay, so you did that. And what you think gonna happen now? I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not ever wrong. When have I ever been wrong? When has Sam Hill ever been wrong? Everybody that know me, that know this, fuck a narrative. You don't know me if you know a narrative. When have I ever been wrong? All motherfuckers do is lie on my name. I don't want your girl, and that bitch wanna fuck me. I don't want that bitch. I don't have sex, okay? Fuck that bitch and fuck you too, okay? I don't want your money. I don't want your work. I don't want none of that shit. I stay out of everybody's way. I'm not a liar. I'm telling my story so I can break a narrative. Or don't have to. I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm just saying I'm telling my stories because I can. It's my life, and Kwame ain't gonna do nothing about it. This nigga sent the nigga to come talk to me after he did what he did. I said, okay, this is what it is. He wanna fight, we can fight. Because he did what he did that day. He didn't want to make a scene and fight right there. He wanted to call himself, wanted to embarrass somebody. Okay, cool. I'm the greatest showman. I'm the greatest show on earth. We're gonna have a fucking greatest show on earth, right? I said, yo, your man wanna fight? We can fight. I'm gonna give him what he wants. He been wanting to fight me for years. He just wanna fight me. He don't wanna do nothing to the nigga that's, yo, we gonna talk to that later, right? I said, yo, he been wanting to fight me for years for whatever, because I'm that nigga. Okay, cool. I'm gonna give him what he wants, but he got to give me what I want, right? I'm gonna give him what he wants, but he got to give me what I want, right? So they went and told him. He said, yo, Samuel said he gonna give you what you want. Me, he said, you wanna fight? Y'all gonna fight, but you gotta give him what he want after y'all fight. He said, well, what is it that he want? He said he get to shoot you in your face, no problem. He had homies tell him, said, there's no problem, ain't nothing. Then leave it alone. Leave it alone, right? So Kwame says this nigga to come talk to me. It's amazing how this world is just working, right? It's just how systems move, right? So he come talk to me. And then he says, yo, you know who sent me to talk to you? He said, Kwame. I said, I know. He said, same Q. I said, I know. I said, nigga, you don't know. I said, you really don't know what you think you know, but nigga, you will know soon, right? Kwame sent this nigga to make peace, right? But then a year later, in Bethel, right? The Saints prayed for me to come back. I wasn't going there. I don't go over there. I mind my business. You know what I'm saying? I was minding my business, right? And God said, go and get up and go over there and go see the people, go see the saints over there. Just get your ass up today. You're going to get up and you're going to go over there with the saints. I said, you know what? I feel like going over there and see the saints today. That's what I feel like I'm going to do. Because I just think I just got that one. I'm just going to do that, right? But here's the thing, I'm getting nice. I said, I'm gonna look nice today too. I said, look nice today. I said, I'm gonna put some stuff on. I said, I'm gonna put it on, right? Put it on, right? Hold on a second. Yo, I put it on, right? I put it on, but God said, yo, hold on. God said, well, God said something else to me. He said, yo, hold on. He said, yo, don't leave home without it. I said, what? He said, do not leave home without it. He said, it's all right today. He said, today, go and take that with you. Go on, it's all right. You ain't walked the dog in a minute. Like, go on, take it outside. Today. I said, there? He said, there. It's all right. Just bring it. It's all right. I said, all right. So I'm going there minding my business. I walk through, you go off the steps, you walk through the door, and it's another door. You walk to the first door, you got to go through the little thing by the wall. You go to the other door, you walk to the sanctuary, right? I'm in the sanctuary, right? There's Mother Love in there, right? Mother Love said, oh my God. Mother Love ain't no liar. Mother Love, Mother Love will walk up in there. Mother said, oh my God, my prayers have been answered. I said, what happened, Mother? She said, yo, I prayed for you to come back up. And she said, yes, she did. She said, we all did. The sisters, the other mothers, all that. His baby mother's mother, all that. Everybody was like, yo, we prayed for you to come back. Because you know why? Because they know Kwame a liar. And they know I wasn't coming because I don't want to be around no liars, right? And I really wasn't coming because Mamie passed away. The bishop is dead, and I don't want to hear that shit, Basari be talking. I don't want to hear that shit. That shit's corny. He ain't Bishop Mamie, man. You know what I'm saying? When I came to the Bethel is because I called Kwame on some amnesia. My subconscious mind said, yo, nigga, call this nigga because, yo, niggas got your son. You know what I'm saying? Well, them niggas had your son. And them niggas is playing games with that broad. You know what I'm saying? So, make a long story short, he invited me to the church, but I ain't stay because of him. Mamie hooked me. Mamie was talking that smack, and I was like, yo, I like it, nigga. She be getting up there, we going off too. Like, yo, what? Bishop Mamie? She be like, what? You ain't gonna be coming up in here fornicating. Ain't gonna be none of that fornicating up in here. You gonna get out. You gonna, she almost knocked my shit down. You gonna get out. I said, what? They be fornicating? She said, I'm tired of hearing about all that. I'm tired of hearing about all this mixing and all up in here. You ain't gonna be coming up in here. I said, wow. I said, I know these niggas. I know it be having all types of good times up in here. I know when the lights go out, the sun come up. I know it go down. Kwame just had some babies by some saints in there. This nigga's slanging. He been knocking these broads off in there, but that's not the story, right? The story is this. I came up in there. I'm looking fresh. I got my Bruce Leroy glow. Right? I'm glowing like Brucey. I'm glowing like Brucey Leroy. Like I'm glowing like they like, yo, we pray for you to come back. I said, thank you. But sorry, Raji, like the prodigal son is back, right? Kwame got his face twisted up like what? Like this nigga doing here. Like I thought I ruined this nigga's, right? He can't see me, he got a lie, right? So listen, this nigga here has just got an attitude all day. Everybody walking up to me, the mothers, the sisters, they give me hugs and kisses. I miss you. You back to stay? I'm like, I don't know. You know, cause I don't mess with everybody here like that. I don't be like, But I'm like, yo, I'm here for the day, right? Yo, this dude is walking around. So if you ever been in Bethel, when you come in, there's the right side, there's the left side, and there's the middle. The middle be buckled off, but you could go on the left side and the right side. I usually walk the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I go on the right side, I sit like a little bit towards the back. This dude keep walking around, walking up and down, walking around. Well, he is so in his mind, thinking he got everyone under some type of mind control. He's not realizing everybody's watching to see if we interact. Because I don't F with him. You know what I'm saying? And as many times as he tried to wanna, yo, you gotta be forgiven. I'm like, yo, man, if you don't get the fuck out my face, man, I'm gonna splash you. Stay away from me. Like I had to tell him, like, yo, stay away from me, man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I don't want to play with you. I'm going to do something to you. But this day, I don't know what was wrong with him, right? It was like, yo, walk by me, and he did some, like, yo, like some step shit, like stomped his back foot back, like, and just kept walking down down the right aisle by the wall and all that. And I said, I said, hey, yo, homeboy, homeboy, hey, yo, you got a problem? I was like, hey, yo, homeboy, you got a problem? He was like, yo, you got a problem with me? I was like, yo, you got a problem with me? What you talking about? Kwame, Mr. Stand Up the Violence, Mr. FUV. What's the SUV? I said FUV. What's the SUV? Stand Up the Violence, stuck up viscera. The fuck that shit mean? Yo, what, stationary understanding, vortex or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck that SUV is, man, but this nigga wasn't standing up the violence. He was bringing the violence. He said, yo, we can step outside. I said, what you want to do? I said, you got a problem with me? I said, what you want to do? We in the middle of the church. We on the side of the wall. We on the right side of the wall of Bethel when you walking down, not up. If you walking up, it's the left side. If you walking down, it's the right side. We on my right side walking down. His back is towards the pulpit where Vasari is talking bullshit. Ooh, that was a ball. Ooh, but dig it, right? He said, yo, we can step outside. I said, nah, we can handle it right here. I said, we can handle it right here. This nigga take off his blazer. He taking off his blazer, walking to the pulpit. He drops his blazer, walk toward me. I back out. I said, nigga, you make another. I said, I got you. I said, nigga, make another. I'm gonna blow it. I'm gonna knock your motherfucking head off. So what you wanna do? I said, I got you right now, nigga. I said, I pull this shit out, nigga. I'm gonna kill you, nigga. I said, what you wanna do? I said, I dare you, nigga. I said, nigga, I dare you. I said, I fucking dare you, nigga. Yo, that nigga was stuck, nigga. That nigga was a dead stuck in the headlights, nigga. Yo, this is Kwame The Fraud, nigga. This is the baddest man in the land, right? This is a nigga y'all niggas all scared of, right? This nigga fraud, yo. This nigga walked back to that pulpit. He went and sat down. He went and sat down on the side where the mixing board and all that shit be at, right? This nigga put his face in the palm of his hands and sat there for a few minutes. And then I don't even know what happened, right? Because I don't even remember what happened right here, right? Because I don't even know, right? I just know this nigga, something happened. This nigga jumped up. And this nigga, McLovin grabbed him. McLovin grabbed Kwame. He's like, get off me. Kwame said, get off me, man, get off me. And the nigga get his jacket and he walked. He just was staring at me, right? The nigga walked to the middle of the fucking, of the aisle where everybody said. He walked to the middle. He unbuckled the middle buckle of the aisle and walked up the middle staring at me. I said, yo, that nigga come over here. I'm gonna knock this nigga. I'm gonna shoot that nigga in the fucking face. Yo, the sister that be with the sister that's related to the sister that give out the sandwiches and the cookies and shit at the end of the thing. You know what I'm saying? She was right there, and cause she the one that walked people down to their seat and all that, right? So she was right there, right next to all that. She was standing right there, all that when I backed that thing. She was right there. I was gonna do nothing in there, cause I ain't gonna hurt nobody like that. But if that nigga would've did something, I'd have speak. You know, man. Anyway. Kwame walked about that shit, and his daughter was like, yo, daddy, he said, you better go sit your ass down, your ass. He said, go sit your ass down. Yo, this nigga walked out, this nigga ain't do nothing, man. You know shit. And then here go Bastari. Hey, yo, tell Edward, Edward, call the police. Edward, you have to get out. Tell Edward, get out, or you have to call the police if you get out. And this nigga McLovin acting like he escorting me. I said, yo, hey, McLovin, you better not touch me, man. I said, yo, McLovin, you better not touch me, man. I said, yo, word up, man, y'all niggas sit up here talking about. I said, why y'all niggas ain't talking about what the fuck y'all just saw he did, right? I said, that's what I'm saying, that's why I'm coming here anyway, motherfucker. I said, fuck you anyway, but sorry. I said, you a fucking whack-ass pastor anyway. You don't be talking that shit anyway, nigga. I don't come here for you. I said, fuck you, motherfucker. I said, McLovin, you better not touch me, nigga. And I walked out that shit thinking I'm gonna bump into Kwame. I ain't even see that nigga. You know what I'm saying? My point to saying all this is this, right? Why didn't he call police that day? He was supposed to went out. When he walked out, he's supposed to went straight to the 43rd precinct and made a complaint about what just happened. Why didn't he do that? You know why he didn't do that? He didn't do that because whether I knocked his head off or he went to the 43rd precinct and told his mercenaries in there, whatever, the fucking conspiracy, what happened with my son when the God exploded, it would have blew up right there. But the thing is, they're like this. I'm still under amnesia at that time. 5 years ago, I'm under amnesia. I just woke up 6 years ago. I mean, not 6 years, excuse me, 6 months ago. I just woke up 6 months ago. I'm here minding my fucking business. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo. I'm just sitting here minding my business. I'm like, yo, it's something. Yo, what can I do to get my career jumping off? Like, again, like, I'm getting it rocking. The YouTube thing is rocking again. What can I do to just really, like, yo, get some shit going on, rock? I need to just do some crazy, because the music is crazy. What can I do to make this shit extra crazy? And God said, oh, I think you forgot something. I said, oh, shit. I said, oh, yeah. Oh, man, yo. It was like, yo, God said, yo, I think you forgot to delete these niggas. I said, oh. I said, yeah, right. I said, oh, no. I said, oh, no. I said, oh, no. So there's certain things that transpired, you know what I'm saying? And, I called Kwame. I said, yo, Kwame, man, yo, nigga told me if I keep talking about this, somebody gonna get at me. I said, so who gonna get at you if 8 niggas come get at me? Abdul said, if I keep talking about this shit, 8 niggas gonna get at me. I said, so who gonna get at Kwame? So I called Kwame. I said, yo, Kwame, what's up, man? I said, yo, Kwame, what's up, man? I said, yo, why niggas keep saying, if I keep talking about what's going on with my son? Now, mind you, my memory just came back a few days ago. Yo, why I keep talking about whatever, yo, niggas supposed to step to me? Who gonna step to you? He said, yo, I ain't no rapper, because he seen I made a post like, yo, all the rappers, they're everything except rap. He said, yo, I ain't no rapper. I said, yeah, but you the head of all the rappers. I said, you the head of the organization, right? I said, let me tell you something, man. Don't think I know what the fuck y'all did to my motherfucking son. Some shit like that. It was something like that, right? But I know it was the time I called him right after that. I called him again. He picked up the phone. He picked up. I was like, yeah, nigga, my memory back, nigga. I said, yo, nigga, I want my paper. I said, yo, my memory back. He said, yo, what you talking about? Yo, I said, yo, y'all niggas know what y'all did to my son. I said, y'all niggas pimped my son. Y'all pimped his mother. I said, y'all did all that shit. And I said, yo, my memory back now. He said, yo, those are lies, Edward. He said, Edward, those are lies. I forgive you, Edward. So, because, you know, he picked up, it was the answer machine I was talking shit on. So, you know, it's the new phone wave now that you could just, if you leave a message, somebody just pick up on their cell phone and hear your message and all that. He must have heard the message, or somebody was in front of him with him when he be like, yeah, listen to this crazy nigga. But he heard me say that shit about my son, and he picked up and said, what are you talking about, Edward? What do you mean? I said, nigga, you know what I mean. I said, you know what you did. He said, I forgive you, Edward. I said, forgive me when I knock your motherfucking head off, nigga. I said, I'm gonna see you. I said, when I catch you. He hung up, right? So I told the nigga, yo, I need some spread. I said, yo, you gotta give me some spread. I've been posting on the YouTube. I've been posting on Instagram. I've been tagging these niggas. I said, yo, y'all better give me some money because I'm about to blow y'all up. Yo, these niggas thought it was a joke. Yo, I had to blow the niggas up, right? But check this out. I went to this nigga page. And I was on his page blowing him up. And some nigga named OG Ron 10473 stepped in and just interfered. It was like, yo, you got a problem? Like, yo, you seeming like you mad about something. I said, yo, you know me from somewhere? I said, yo, where you know me from, me? I said, yo, where you know me from, me? I said, you know me? And this is Instagram. We on Instagram doing this shit. This is on a nigga page. I'm like, yo, you know me from somewhere? He like, yo, you just seem like you mad, blah, blah, blah. So it's a little back and forth for this and that, right? And he said something slick, and he said something kind of disrespectful. I said, yo, OG Ron, I said, yo, you gotta watch how you talk to me. I said, because you don't talk to him like that. And I said, and he can't talk to me like that. I said, the way you talk to me, I will clap him in his face, man. What you gonna do about that when I do that? You know what I'm saying? He ain't say nothing. Like it was a no response, but you know, it's like, he said something else after that, and then like, you know, it was like a few hours later, then I tagged him. I was like, yo, as I'm seeing what he posted, I'm like, yo, let me ask you something, yo. I said, yo, let me ask you something, man. I said, yo, if somebody's saying something, you see somebody saying something about something happened to a child, and this and that, and the child had a situation, and something wrong happening. I said, you just feel you just step in and mind my business like that? I said, you could just feel you could just, you know, interject and mind my motherfucking business? Yo, he said something that I had to screenshot. I had to actually save this so I could share it with you today. OG Ron 10473 mentioned you in a comment at Mo Miller Presents __. You're lying. I've gotten your story already. Everyone said the same thing. So if you're stating facts, have arrested who you need to be arrested. He said, have arrested who needs to be arrested. Other than that, all that shit you saying is irrelevant. Really? So OG Ron 10473, what is my story? Right? What is the narrative that clearly obvious warrant officer Pena understands? Because it's clearly obvious it's something that he said to them. It's something that he said to the 43rd precinct, to where they said to the warrant squad, yo, you gotta be careful. This nigga crazy. Yo, he don't be talking crazy. He be drooling. He don't even eat regular food. That nigga eat gruel. That nigga eat slop. That nigga crazy. That nigga eat with his hands. That nigga monkey deep. Don't trust him. Armed and dangerous. It's clearly obvious this nigga says some shit like that. Because the officer Pena said to me, well, he said, what you're saying to me, you speak very clear. You seem very sound and sane. I said, really? I said, yo, this nigga telling these niggas I'm crazy. And I'm crazy, right? OG Ron, I'm crazy. I don't know who OG Ron is. I don't know if he a gangster. I don't know who this nigga is. But this nigga stepped up and said some shit, which clearly gave me the fair understanding that there's been narratives out here for 25 years. Stephanie tried to make narratives. Yo, it's a situation I gotta talk. My brother got a story coming up about a narrative that he got blown up. And how, and this is where the money balls players, they infiltrated everybody and everything. They've turned everybody against me. They didn't get my brother, but they got my sisters, they got my mother, they got Abdul, they got a few other people. You know what I'm saying? He tried to flip people in the church. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't hearing it. So when I almost clipped this nigga, why he didn't call police? Why he didn't call police? And I said that to Officer Pena. I said, yo, he didn't tell you what happened 5 years ago? He said, nah, won't you tell me? I said, you want to hear this? He said, oh, shit. Feel free. So I did, and I told him what I just told you. So the whole point is this, man. There's something that Kwame doesn't want y'all to know. So Kwame's a pastor, right? He stands up to violence, right? Every Sunday, he's on Beach Avenue popping his shit, right? Right. So when he gonna stand up and step up and let me see that he's standing up and answering what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because if he don't, he the fucking coward already showed that he is. He's already a known coward. Okay, Kwame Thompson's a coward, and I don't care what his affiliation is to whoever. Jason Boss is a sucker. They sat up here and they played games with the court cases when I took Stephanie Murray to court. How does this dodo brain, how does this dodo brain, this is, yo, I'm about to end this right now on this right now. How does this Edith Bunker brain, you know Edith Bunker from All in the Family? Research All in the Family if you a kid. You know what I'm saying? Or you a young tenderoni. Minding my business. Go and check out All in the Family and then punch in Edith Bunker and look at this white lady have applesauce brain, but she listened to her man, right? Stephanie Murray is Edith Bunker trying to run around in the streets, right? How does she have court dates that she's served to go to court and she doesn't have to show up but still get a child support judgment? How does this happen? How does this happen that she comes to court, she doesn't abide by what the judge orders? The judge threatens to throw her in jail. The judge has changed the next time. How does this happen? How does she never show up to child support? How? We're gonna ask JB. We're gonna ask Jason Boss, the Money Boss players, the Jason Boss legal group. We're gonna see what's going on with these people. But Kwame ain't stand up to violence. He didn't, well, I don't know, he didn't call police that day. He called police when he owed me my money, when he had a straight, direct order from the court to pay me my money. He didn't pay my money. He called police on me then. The 43rd Precinct called me years ago. 43rd Precinct called me April 15th, 2026. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's no question that the devil is coming to collect these niggas. The fact that the police called me when I'm in front of my mother talking to my mother, it's a complete, that was the answer right there. The fact that when you go look at their video, talk about the rosary beads, when they got a whole song praising Santeria. In the video, he said, yo, anything can happen. Somebody go out and get smacked in McRogers, right? The dude in the video got smacked in Cleveland. That same person passed away the same way in real life. In they Santeria video. Yo, it's nothing for more than me to say. Kwame and them niggas ain't never gotta worry about me. Cause they didn't want to give me my money. They called police and said it was extortion. Remind you, Kwame Thompson said that extortion. Kwame said I extorted him. So if I extorted Kwame Thompson, right? When is the police coming to get me? Thank you.